If you're looking to buy cheap Rocket League items, be sure to check out today's sponsor RL.Exchange. They support all platforms, and offer a wide selection of Rocket League items to choose from, and have multiple payment options. Be sure to use code RLH at checkout for a 3% discount on your entire purchase.
Take down G2.
Optic Gaming has literally saved its best for last, perhaps. With all the rumors swirling around this roster coming into this split, who knows what the future holds as that shot rings just a little high. Follow-up from JNaps is on target right at Reddles as JNaps gives G2 the lead.
JNaps always starts off with scoring strikes. We've seen him do it yesterday as well in the series against V1. Of a team. Having to come out and using all the tape, all the knowledge here. And it's this semifinals matchup. They've been looking good so far as they pick up one. Magic Bear is going to catch G2 lacking, and Optic with the lead.
And a low 5 as well with Reddles, who technically gets the assist on this, so he continues. They are not bending much. They only got caught out one time, and when Optic kind of has these more sustained possessions, they haven't been able to get what we call a legit shot off as Atomic rolls one through. He had 8 assists and didn't score until the end of Game 7 yesterday. He is on the board early here in Game 2.
Look at that. Chicago, great clearing as well. Straight to JNaps. Gonna give G2 some space. Magic Bear with the 50 in the sky. 30 seconds remaining, and no team has really broken. I say that, but JNaps to the top left, giving G2 the lead.
JNaps on the left side of the field just seems like the best player in the world. It seems like he scored all of his goals from right around that area.
Everyone who's believing in this run are trying to figure out when is this team going to activate. They've known the potential. They've known all split long. They've known all season long. They haven't seen it yet, but G2 continues to test their mettle. Chicago now getting on the scoreboard.
Activate this. Reddles, before he even realizes, Chicago has a look at it.
And how they're moving around the field. They've been able to navigate it, but they need a little more chance there. There's a bump, but JNaps again is shutting the door on Optic Gaming.
And Magic Bear can't push this over the bar. Chicago credited with a second goal, and G2 just tightening their hold on this series even more.
Made it clear, if you want to get to the major and you want to get through us, you are going to have to earn it.
G2 tried to reach a grand final and win a grand final. That one's just wide. Chicago will score, and Optic have fallen apart here at DFH Stadium.
JNaps, again, additional pressure. Another misread from Magic Bear on that one. Chicago will clean. G2 will take no prisoners in this series. They've let that be very obvious, but here's a chance. AJ gets it. Optic Gaming start this one off with the lead.
Finally, somebody else from Optic gets one. Chicago got caught out at midfield. Very tough for it. Couldn't get a piece of it coming off the side either. G2, it's almost like you're just waiting for them to break down the Optic green wall. Maybe it's G2 that breaks down. Magic Bear posting in, and here comes OG.
Couple of breakaways here. G2 a little too comfortable. Magic Bear able to push that one in off the post.
Still 4 minutes. It feels like you're waiting for G2. You know they're gonna get their shots, and there it is! Chicago, who's come alive over the last 6 minutes.
Look at this, Chicago, he takes the mid boost, just immediately forces this one through, plays it off of Reddles' car.
Atomic quickly out towards JNaps, who's running interference. Chicago can't get around AJ, and Magic Bear after Reddles. Only Atomic to beat. JNaps is not gonna catch up, and Reddles will score his first.
Yeah, Reddles read this one perfectly. I mean, it was a risky play there for JNaps to stay in so long. Atomic was hanging out on the wing. Reddles realized he caught him this game. Atomic 331 here. It's a lot for Optic if they are able to hold on here against G2. I mean, this is a team that ramps up, especially as closer to when that clock hits 0. They get it right back here with a quick play.
I just can't pull away from this squad. They refuse to go away. AJ did all he could. It's a mess in front of the net. I think they've got to know that Magic Bear is not leaving anything on the field at this point. He is going to bring it every time. The problem is he couldn't catch up to this, and Atomic will tie the game. And again, G2 finding ways to break Optic's heart.
I mean, it's the demo and
Forward a lot into the Optic zone, and Optic haven't been able to deal with that pressure. Now Atomic battling with AJ. We'll get this out around Magic Bear. Drop it down for Chicago, and the Grim Reaper strikes again.
The defense on the backboard feels kind of non-existent. Magic puts a hand up. Reynolds goes next. No one can stop Atomic.
Been a familiar spot all series long. JNAPS kept it going forward, and AJ keeps Optic alive. Oh, he went for that midfield boost. It was taken away, and then JNAPS scores. Oh, AJ went for boost over ball, it looked like.
Yeah, even AJ's frustrated at that one. Look at this though. Atomic on a dime to JNAPS. JNAPS
quite yet, but you can see him being a maestro there for FAZE.
Typical former MVP. Such a great player. So versatile as well, but this one slips through. We have to take another look at where Mist was coming from on this one. Looks like United tried to do a squishy save and misread the angle.
Yeah, a little awkward there for Mist as
side
such a touch from first killer. That's really what put FAZE into the danger zone. And with a minute to go, Complexity with a 1-goal lead.
Their demo. Is this net open?
Oh, it's open.
Yes, it is! The demo left it wide open, Corelli.
It was first killer hunting HAG, and look at the space. It's all of FAZE staring at an open net, and CRR is trying. And Complexity are lucky FAZE didn't break through.
And to getting a bit grimy in that corner as well, you can see the close range challenges. Now a bump from first killer, rebound out to Mist, and
wow.
Mist finishes the job on the goal line. It was a scrappy goal from FAZE that caused them to win this.
It was a scrappy game defensively for FAZE as well.
Up early. First killer also so fast. CRR did get a tip. Raise bull. Retreating back. AJG gets a hit towards net. Mist. Trying to keep it close. Dodges the bump, but
what?
How does that not go in? Typical out of nowhere getting that save.
What was that? That's typical. Places one directly towards Raise Bull, and first killer on the goal line. Has to make the save, but Complexity still want to press as it's denied. Typical. Did he get over his head? He got it. How did that happen?
Oh, CRR, he inched up on the play, was expecting Raise Bull to at least get a piece of it, and Typical dunked it right
They've
past
been threatening, but only 2 shots out of all this offense so far.
It's kind of like the script, but flipped from game 1, where Complexity was forced FAZE all the way back. Now a shot beats out AJG. I thought AJG was in position to handle this.
I want to see it from AJG's POV, because he sees the whole play develop. He's got ball cam on. He sees everything happen, the missed touch.
Popping it up. CRR looking for Raise Bull. AJG upfield, waiting for Raise Bull to get this into the middle. Here it comes. Off the backboard, double tap. Can't
Everyone
get it.
missed.
And there we have it. Complexity tying it up, finally breaking through this FAZE defense.
Everyone missed the touch, including Mist, as he tried to get off the backboard read and CRR on the Complexity side. And a missed touch there, just not getting a touch from FAZE. Opens it up, back to a tie game, but maybe not for long. Here comes Mist. It's saved by CRR on the goal line. And we stayed knotted. Trying to set up first killer, but CRR was going to beat him every single time. Mist wants to keep it going. First killer there. A drive directly towards Raise Bull. Pass to Mist. Shot on target. CRR again, but not a second time. First killer puts FAZE up by 3.
The FAZE amped it up to 11. Shot after shot after shot.
But they have to get through Complexity first here and into game 4. Try to finish out this semifinal.
And as much as it hurts my heart to say it, Mist. Well, I was going to say Complexity reverse swept NRG earlier in the event. Maybe Complexity could do it again, but this is not a great start. Mist, who's been going for demos.
Rolls up high. AJG trying to force it. Raise Bull again. Wants a piece of the FAZE defense. Flip reset. Over 1. Mist makes the save. AJG, the shot was too high there. CRR denied, but it'll go through in the end. And Complexity grind out there first.
This is another scrappy goal. It wasn't even Complexity that put it in. It was Typical who was trying to chap. Finally spending some time in Complexity's half. He's really kicked it into the next gear. Complexity's tournament life is on the line here, but an overcommit and a wide open net for First Killer.
And how does this happen for Complexity? A couple times now, one man gets beat, and CRR crept up too far again.
Final matchups, real question. As CJ has alluded so many times before, a lot of it comes down to moments when you get into these one and done type of brackets. First Killer steals the ball, scores for free. Not a great start if you're a G2 fan.
For sure, but the demo right in midfield missed, taking out what would have been still maybe unlikely.
Communication with each other to make sure they don't get in each other's way. Fend off a FaZe push, maybe find something to work with here, but a lot of pace on some of these touches. Very tough to control, and it will still work out. JNAP's able to slot one under two defenders from FaZe, jumping in the corner.
Yeah, Atomic is he's just been playing so well today. How many times did he do that in their semifinal?
And G2 certainly coming back, finding a nice way to battle back at themselves right back in this grand final. Whoa. See if that G2 defense can keep FaZe out. Long clear, posting in, tough break.
Yeah, First Killer was just so fast up to this pass. He's already boosting downfield before Typical even makes contact. And JNAP's not a bad spot to see.
He had the hand up, to be sure. Just one of those unfortunate bounces. Post doesn't do you a favor. Yesterday, we had everything going off the post and the crossbar.
Oh.
Today, it might just all go straight in. What is this shot from First Killer? Talk about cutting one down.
Oh my God, he sliced that with pinpoint precision. Look at that, gets above the ball. Times his dodge.
Definitely trying to set up scoring chances, because right now, FaZe definitely pretty locked in on defense. That's a big miss for Mist, but that demo on Atomic will stall all that momentum and buy enough time for them to get reset. And Chicago's still going to carve up the defense.
That's a dirty flick to the top corner. No boost, sits underneath it, catches it perfectly on his hood. Day, and nothing but net. Well, I mean, there was the post involved, but it went in the net. Atomic trying to square her up, dodges into his 50. JNAP in the air. G2 wastes absolutely zero time coming back to this series.
Getting right back in it. You're thinking, okay, FaZe may be able to hold him off here, but that's such a tough one for Typical to get a hold of. Obviously, he's trying to get back.
FaZe all of a sudden. It felt easy. We're talking about First Killer's minute one hat trick, basically. And all of that completely wiped off the board. But Typical, he puts one right back up there, taxed it on top.
Just went through pretty much for free here in the midfield. Chicago normally able to buy some time, and Atomic really kind of handcuffed them, dishing that one back out into the middle. This play on Atomic's part, to be sure, and late lead for FaZe.
Ton of offense in this first game. First Killer trying to get that fifth. Typical will make sure they get it. And a 5 spot for FaZe here with 40 to go.
Really nice push there from Typical. Just noticing that, look, there's going to be a lot of congestion there in that corner. It's unlikely that
looking free for a little bit. Still a push for G2. Chicago waits in the box. One touch, a demo. Shot denied. Typical comes in to save. But it's not over. Atomic slowing it down. Gets 2 touches. Back to Naps. 0 seconds and G2 take Forbidden Temple.
Man, FaZe was working hard too. I'm amazed they even pulled that first one out of the net. They had to make that save through a smoke cloud. Had no clue which direction that shot was going to be.
They would rinse people back in the day in 2v2, 3v3, didn't matter. Those two pair up, it's disgusting.
Whoa,
Atomic is disgusting. A quick shot on the kickoff. G2.
What happens here, okay? Just a really slow cheat from Atomic. It's actually a slow cheat from both teams. I mean,
Chicago got the dunk and a follow-up touch right after. Makes life a little difficult for FaZe in the corner. First Killer next attempted clear. Looking for Typical, maybe. Flip resets there, and they find the seam! That's the heaviest traffic I've seen all day.
Yeah, that really was squeezing one through a nero's eye. I mean, Atomic's right in First Killer's face, and Typical cuts the ball back.
Chicago's stuck on the wall. A odd touch. JNAPS gets out, and the rest of FaZe have rotated out.
It was a good idea to fake right there and just kind of see if you pull G2 out of position, but JNAPS had his head on straight. Oh, it doesn't matter. FaZe collects the clear. Like I say, G2 kind of just took that ball upfield and was trying to keep FaZe honest with the clear, but got a little bit away from JNAPS, and JNAPS pulled off that fake cut inward and then wheeled around the outside of the ball. Atomic grips one top side. JNAPS is waiting patiently in the midfield. He didn't want to give anything too far up, but last chance here.
JNAPS got the reset to Atomic. They just did it again! 2 games in a row! And G2 0-second merchants here!
calm under pressure. I mean, talk about the poise from Chicago. So no.
Doesn't have to contend with a typical touch. He did have to avoid a bump. But here comes Atomic, back to JNAPS. It's not over.
Ooh.
Almost found each other. What demo? No. Oh my gosh! What? Now that is pinball. I know I've said pinball before. That was actually pinball and nothing else I've ever seen. Denied by Mist and a nice little soft touch to Typical on the respawn. Seeing G2 have pulled off. Now Typical gets the flick, but Atomic quick read to push it back over to the corner. Oh, and Chicago tried to bite it early. Here comes Typical back to Mist. But Typical gets the goal, and FaZe deliver the win in Game 3.
Look at him just wait here. Hang on, we're not hitting it yet. We're not hitting it yet. Keep buying the free real estate
First
in the
in goals
corner.
per game. It's just not enough.
It's true. It's true.
I don't think First Killer actually cares. But if he did, then great. Or maybe not.
in the
Another
demo.
Typical trying to get back. It doesn't matter though. JNAPS will collect. And G2.
I mean, you think you're safe right there, and Typical realized it, saw that pass was going to be a little too far. First Killer,
But
he was
Typical
able to-
saves, well, missed from annihilation, truly. As he pops it right by Chicago. Typical. How about his pushes down? First Killer got another touch. Back to Mist. Mist, First Killer got the ball.
it worked.
And could you draw that one up again and hit it just as perfectly? I'm not sure.
I wouldn't think to go towards the wall here with JNAPS camped back there, but the understanding that FaZe
JNAPS with a low air dribble, and Atomic just pumps it up quick. Trying to make it awkward for FaZe. Still working towards the box, but there it is again. Just, you get one or two chances, both sides. Oh my God, you only get one chance against First Killer. He absolutely obliterates G2.
picks up 100 in the corner at the perfect time, and he just pumps one towards the backboard, and
First Killer falling back down on it. G2. Are we in another scenario where we see them just pull out the clutch gene? Or are FaZe gonna make this even more difficult? JNAPS says no, but First Killer says yes.
Nice bit of shooting here from First Killer. Obviously, the pressure from FaZe building, and Typical really just keeping the defense honest. But that's where I really think it starts. So in general, if you're G2, gotta focus on ball control. And look at this, like that was not a good touch, and so he just realized I'd rather have boost than go and try. What?
Oh!
No! This cannot be a goal.
Why?
There is no okay. Look at Typical. He's in the net. He has 36 boost. Look how soft this is. Atomic even pulls way off that ball.
Jump though.
Like,
I think he's seen that ball come forward. I think he misjudged the arc of the ball too, because I think he was more focused on Atomic maybe.
I think he played himself. That's not a good goal to give up. Nah, who cares?
You know what's great? You know what's great, Achieves, about playing yourself when you're teaming with First Killer? First Killer's on your team. He's got all the space in the world, bro. You're not gonna save that.
Honestly, they got away with. I won't say they got away with a mistake. First Killer made a brilliant play to equalize what I think was a pretty ugly goal to give up.
Certainly. But, how about this one? Is this one a little prettier for you, Achieves? You like that?
This one's much better. You could definitely say you earned this one if you're G2. This time they take control of that space. They don't start the counterattack too fast. Chicago sizes up that
typical, so he spawns right in the perfect spot.
Can feel that change in approach.
He's just been so... Every time he just comes down to the side on the ramp, he just doesn't lose a single contest. Typical literally does not lose a single contest when he goes from his side of the field, whether he's on the wall or the ramp. He can have 4 cars barrel on him at once. Typical's still going to win the 50 and give First Killer the goal. The ball well on defense, but G2 are starting to win the challenges a lot more. That can all turn on its head real quickly because Typical's shot denied by Atomic as Mist puts it underneath, but it's off the post. And there's Typical! He just won't leave! He plants his flag, he's sitting a while.
Yeah, that's so frustrating that really can't go in. Chicago, I think, really expected Atomic to come up.